Hi, I'm Fred Engel, and I'd like to talk about several theories in adult learning. The first is Andragogy, the next is critical learning theory, the last is Cybergogy, and I'd like to relate those to social change. First, let's look at Andragogy. The term was first used by Alexander Kapp in 1833. He wrote a book about education based on his readings of Plato's work in adult and child education, and he dedicated one section of the book to adult education and used the term andragogy. What is it? It's the characteristics of the learning transaction, and it's applicable in a wide range of settings, and I would like to emphasize that it's seen as being a transactional model. Knowles, who's a theorist, had done a lot of work in andragogy. It's not the study of the purpose of adult education, it's the means not intended to look at the result. The bottom line of andragogy is an adult learning theory that differentiates adult learning from child learning, i.e. adult learners are self-directed, internally motivated, and can learn in both formal and informal and directed and non-directed settings. Knowles' argument, he says, to attempt to put anything else into the Andrological model such as subfields are philosophically flawed, but he did say that it could be combined with other theoretical frameworks. And that's what I'd like to do, is I'd like to relate it to critical learning theory. And critical learning theory is basically focused on the result, and that's social change. So let's take a closer look, and I really like this quote by Fleming. It says it's a system exploded experiences and motivation in pursuit of freedom and justice. I think that's powerful. So how do we connect andragogy to critical learning theory? If andragogy is the method and critical learning theory is the result, how do we put the two together? I'd like to bring in cybergogy. Cybergogy is self-directed learning through the internet, both formal and informal, directed and non-directed. Campbell's done a lot of work in this area, and he gives the example a person in West Africa can download books and articles from sources anywhere in the world without ever stepping a foot in the library. So what are some of the benefits of cybergogy as an analogical instrument? First, learners can experience other cultures while remaining in their own geographic area and not leaving their own culture. It can occur even with the barriers of oppression from political institutions and leaders. This type of learning can be liberating. It has the power to uncover truths about a given subject free from oppression or censorship. It has investigative power to create real social change, and I'd like to talk a bit about the hashtag technology and how powerful it is. An example of this power, Black Lives Matter has become one of the largest social movements in our history, partly due to its online presence. In my studies, I found out 3 days after George Floyd died, 8.8 million tweets were sent using hashtag Black Lives Matter. So as an analogical tool, cybergogy has become the most powerful learning tool in the history of mankind. Knowles stated that andragogy is not the end, it's the means. So it is with cybergogy. It's a learning tool. It's not necessarily the means, but it has the potential to facilitate social good. It also has the ability to facilitate social evil. So who will determine the end or goal of cybergogy? We all will. And I'll leave you with a couple of quotes. The first is, evil spreads with the wind, truth is capable of spreading even against it. And then the other one I like, only if those who believe in good will pursue it, will those who believe in evil be discouraged to do the same. Cybergogy is very powerful, and critical learning theory is also very powerful. When we combine the two, good things can happen. So let's keep up the work. These are my sources that I use to create my presentation, and I thank you for your attention.